I don't know.
Are we doing lineups live?
Okay.
I love the pressure.
Yeah. Put him under the gun. I agree. Okay. So it is two changes for us, and it is 3 changes for them.
Brr. Brr. Brr.
Yeah, sorry. Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Hey.
1 2 1 2.
Hello.
Sup, Eric in Louisville?
Hello. If you take out the game against Louisville,
Yep.
Legion FC is tied for best defensive record in the league.
It's a good nugget.
Yeah.
I would use that. If you look at last year compared to this year, Louisville City have scored more goals this year than they did last year.
Dang.
The whole year.
That's yours. That's a good one. The whole year?
The whole year.
Dang, you want to talk about making a big difference?
Yeah. They scored 41 goals last year.
It is Wilson Harris, right? Okay.
Yes.
I swear, I'm gonna.
You're gonna call him Wilson once tonight.
I'm gonna call him. Morris Harris. I'm gonna call him Morris Harris or Harris Morris. Wilson Morris is what I'll go. Wilson Morris is what I'm gonna say.
Wilson Morris. Be like, who on earth is that, Morgan?
It's hard to yell when the
so many reads tonight, dear God. Louisville. I love the commitment to the bit. I really do.
What?
Like, anyone from Louisville will tell
As
you.
we approach this season's halfway point, Birmingham Legion are heating up and coming off a national TV win in Detroit. But standing in their way tonight are the league leaders and best goal-scoring team in the league, Louisville City. Can the Legion slow down Lou City, or will the boys in purple beat Birmingham for the second time this year? We'll find out. USL Championship Soccer is next. Good evening from Birmingham, Alabama, and off in the distance, Protective Stadium. And welcome to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight, featuring Birmingham Legion taking on Louisville City. Up here in our booth at Protective Stadium, Glad to have you with us on this Saturday night, everybody. Alongside Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner. And Morgan, last time these two teams met all the way back in March, it was all Louisville City. Since then, this is a much different Birmingham team.
It really is. They no longer are playing a back three. They're switched to a back four. They've brought in Derek Dotson, who's made a big difference, helping them go forward as well as defending, right? They have only given up 3 goals in 5 games with him and have 2 clean sheets in that stretch as well. They are a much different back line than they used to be when they were in Louisville.
And they're going to need to be solid tonight against the best goal-scoring team, the best team, period, in the league so far this year in Louisville City. And leading that front line, Morgan, is Wilson Harris.
Absolutely. Wilson Harris has been fantastic this season. He's got 10 goals, 1 assist, and he leads the attack, as you said, with the top-scoring team in the USL Championship this year with 2.6 goals per game. His movement off the ball is what I really, really like from him. It's so intelligent. It's so direct. It's so well thought out. Tom Sohn and his guys from Birmingham are going to have to make sure they focus on him tonight to make sure they get 3 points.
On the other side, speaking of Tom Sohn and his Birmingham club, Kobe Hernandez-Foster has turned into the leader of this midfield.
Absolutely, and he had a fantastic appearance against Detroit on national television. He completed 47 out of 49 passes. That's 96% completion rate. And it's not like he's just making the easy pass. He's second on the team in chances created with 28. His ability to force that back free from Lou City to shift left to right will be key to Birmingham's success tonight in attack.
We'll see if the young midfielder can make his imprint on this game once again tonight. Well, we are closing in on kickoff here in Birmingham. When we come back, we'll take a look at each side starting 11s plus the first 45 minutes between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City when we return.
Hey, I'm Chelsea, and a little thing I like about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is I think it's just a perfect combination of ingredients. The pepper jack cheese and that spiciness of the sandwich. It's the right type of spice and the right amount of spice. It's crunchy on the outside, but then really tender on the inside. And then, obviously, the pickles on the bottom are iconic. There are too many things I like about it. I don't know if I can finish the thought.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
I need to try it first. Season tickets on sale now.
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion taking on Louisville City tonight. Almost time for kickoff, but first let's get a look at each side's starting 11s. And Morgan, let's start first with the visitors from Kentucky. Louisville City have made a couple of tweaks tonight for Danny Cruz.
Yeah, they have, and they're going to have to make sure that they stay compact. Avoid what happened last week against Rhode Island. They've had a week to recover, so look for them to be much more compact and defensively solid tonight.
Keep an eye on the wings. Jake Morrison, Aiden McFadden back in the starting 11 tonight for Lou City. On the Birmingham side of things, a couple of changes from the lineup that beat Detroit on Wednesday.
Yeah, just a couple of changes. Fixtures are starting to come fast and heavy, so you may want to see a little rotation if you're Tom Sohn, but look for Tyler Passion, Wegbo, and Preston Ataka to cause a lot of problems with that back three at Louisville.
We'll
see if Birmingham can get at this Louisville back line tonight. There's our refereeing crew tonight, led by Joshua Encarnacion. The Pennsylvania native gets his 7th USL Championship assignment this year. Second time seeing Louisville City after he did Lou City and Las Vegas back in May. First time seeing Birmingham Legion this year. There is the aforementioned Danny Cruz, the 34-year-old, now in his 4th season as head coach, his 3rd full season as the head man in Louisville. On the other touchline, Birmingham led by Tom Sohn, now in his 6th season, the only coach Birmingham Legion FC have had since coming into the USL Championship a few years ago. Referee is just about ready, so are both teams, and we are underway from Protective Stadium on a warm, muggy night, the second meeting of the year between Birmingham and Lou City. Birmingham in the Vulcan kit blacks tonight, Lou City in their change, white and gold. Birmingham Legion looking for a little bit of revenge after Louisville City went pedal to the metal, full throttle against Birmingham all the way back in late March. 5-0 to Louisville in that contest. One of 4 games this year, Louisville City have scored 5 goals or more.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a much different game tonight for both teams, right? We talked about Lou City. They have struggled maybe a little bit in their past 3 matches, losing 2 of those. But, you know, Legion FC have kind of been on a little bit of a hot streak. So certainly a different game tonight, different formations, different personnel as well.
Dotson's cross ripped all the way through. A.J. Patterson there to collect it for the Legion. Early possession here for Birmingham as they try to force something against this Lou City back line. Cronali lobs it towards the top of the box. Able to come down on that turf. McFadden got ahead to it. Serrano trying to bring it under control. He's able to get around Moses Mensah as well. Counter-attacking opportunities for the moment there for Lou City. Intervention there from A.J. Patterson to cut that out. It's Patterson who starts at that left back spot for Birmingham. A back 4 of Patterson. Birmingham captain Fanuel Kavita connecting with Alex Cronali and then Derek Dodson, who Morgan talked about off the top of the broadcast, now making his 6th start as a member of Birmingham Legion.
Yeah, we're just looking at some stats. If you take out that game against Louisville for Birmingham, they are tied for the league lead in goals against this season.
It's been a solid defensive team for the most part, that 5-0 blitzing notwithstanding. Meanwhile, for Louisville City, they've been good both ends, defensively and offensively. Damian Loss, their goalkeeper, has 6 clean sheets this year. That is just 1 off the pace set by Danny Vitiello at Sacramento Republic, and then already talked plenty about the goal-scoring prowess. Louisville City's attack has scored more goals this year to this point in 2024 than they did all of 2023, and they're on the move right here. Jorge Gonzalez gets to the byline, into Martinez trying to tackle it off him. Good defending by Martinez. Last touch by Lou City. It'll be a Birmingham throw.
I think we talk about, you know, you take that game in Louisville away between these two and how good Birmingham has been defensively the rest of the year. It's a little bit more credit to Louisville and how good they've been going forward so far.
Morris trying to connect to Gonzalez, not quite that time. It'll be a goal kick for Jaden Hibbert and Birmingham Legion, and it'll give us a chance to look at our injury reports tonight for both teams. We'll start first with Louisville City. Of course, they're without Adrian Perez in that attack. Brian Ombry, another attacking piece, is out as well, and then backline continues to miss Kyle Adams, who has missed the last few for Lou City.
Yeah, certainly. Adams is the biggest miss you would think on this list, but Brian Owenby's a guy who's been a thorn in Legion FC's side every time they play. He's a guy, a good veteran who could come off, good around the locker room, does a great job of filling his role, which is scoring goals and creating chaos.
Hibbert off his line, collects that on a couple of hops for the Legion. Speaking of Birmingham, their injury report a little bit lengthier. Mikey Lopez, Matthew Corcoran remain out. Mohamed Bouya Tarai also out as well. Trevor Spangenberg, the backup goalkeeper, out. And Matt Van Oekel, not totally healthy either, although he did make the 18. He's not starting tonight for the Legion. Shaden Hibbert gets the nod. He might have some work to do here. Serrano trying to get the shot off, couldn't. Good one-on-one defending there from Fanuel Kavita. Moses Mensah wins Birmingham the free kick.
Yeah, and seeing Van Oekel, you know, still in the 18, but listed as out. I think that train wreck that he experienced with Collier from Indy is probably something that's still lingering a little bit.
Some good defending Defensive work there by Kavita. Ray Serrano, guy who scored goals aplenty there, especially the first couple of months of the campaign.
Yeah, Serrano's a very good, lively player. Gets wide, gets the ball. Well, his movement off the ball is equally as good as Wilson Harris's is. I'm very impressed with him. Danny Cruz has spoken about him just being more consistent. That's taking him to the next level.
McFadden able to get onto that second ball. Serrano keeps it moving. Davila picks up his head, goes back to the wide side of the park. Morris stayed on side, and Kernali cut out his cross. That was whistled through the box. It'll be the first corner of the night for Louisville City.
Jake Morris, he's a guy that Danny Cruz talks about. His delivery is underrated. And you can see right here, great first touch. Rifles that ball across. Kernali was the only thing in between him and the goal.
So Ray Serrano, the Washington native, now in his third season with Louisville City, over to take this corner. See Jaden Hibbert getting crowded right around the mouth of goal. The in-swinging serve was headed, but off target that time by Jorge Gonzalez. So an early couple of moments of danger created by Lou City, but nothing of it in the end. 5.5 minutes gone here at Protective Stadium.
And off camera, what you can see is at midfield, Lou City is 1v1 with Wegbo, Pasher, and Tabor Itaka. That's a lot of pace, that's a lot of prowess, that's a lot of good finishing ability. So they are going to have to be very well organized tonight to make sure that they are caught off with those three up front.
Of course, Louisville City known for this press. No team in the USL Championship has one possession back more, and the opponent's attacking third this year than Lou City. Thompson and his bench talk about how this Birmingham team is going to get after Lou City tonight. Birmingham certainly did last time these two teams met here in this building. In fact, Birmingham beat Lou City twice back in 2023. 2-1 in comeback fashion at Lynn Family Stadium, and then 2-0 here with two early goals. Both set up in part by Teben Wegpo, who's back in the starting 11 tonight for Birmingham. Kavita under pressure, forced back to his goalkeeper. Jaden Hibbert, the 19-year-old, on loan from Atlanta United 2. Gets the nod again for Birmingham Legion, again with a not totally healthy Matt Van Oekel. Patterson spilled behind the play. Nwegbo behind the Lou City defense. Here come the Legion. Nwegbo 1v1 for the moment. Good work by Tosh to recover. Moses Mensah collects. A.J. Patterson was slow to get to his feet there after a late challenge.
Excellent defending from Tosh in recovery. Nwegbo had slipped in behind him and was onside, so he's not a player that's certainly known for being slow, so great recovery and great defending from him to get back and to slow that attack down.
Work by Dodson and Kobe Hernandez. Foster to win possession back for the Legion. At the other side, A.J. Patterson, the former member of Charleston Battery. His first season here in Birmingham, working with Teben Nwegbo on that side. Birmingham captain Fenwell Kavita. Back and forth with Kernali and back to the feet of Hibbert. Early possession here for Birmingham. 8 minutes gone, scoreless between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City. Morgan, let's talk shop about what these two teams need to do tonight to come away with the preferred result. Let's start first with Lou City. What do they need to do?
Trust your process. You're the top scoring team in the league. You have one of the best offensive records in the league. Just stick to what it is you've been doing all year. And then no stoppage time goals. They gave up 3 in stoppage time against Rhode Island. They gave up 1 against Tampa. Those are 2 of their losses so far this year. And then Legion FC, continue to build on the momentum that you've built so far. The last 3 results have been great. Win tonight, you'll make the whole league take notice. And then put the hammer down. In the games that Lou City has lost, every team has scored multiple goals in a 15-minute span. So it'll be key. If they get that first one, you have to push for that second one.
Foul there goes against Preston Tabor Itaka. It'll be a free kick for Lou City. And then after the whistle, Aiden McFadden got a bit of a talking to as well from our referee tonight for that late challenge a couple of minutes back on A.J. Patterson. So no cards for either side, just a couple of talking tos. Elijah Winder might be bleeding a little bit. He's back down to a knee. Danny Cruz is asking if perhaps there should have been a yellow card shown to Tabor Itaka. here at this challenge that into the Lou City free kick. You can see that high arm from Tabor Itaka. Not that one, but that one. Winder a bit slow to get up. Eventually did, but I think he started bleeding a little bit. Yeah, you can see Louisville City training staff attending to their young midfielder.
I think the referee's right not to give a card in that situation. I don't think it was malicious. You never saw Tabor Itaka look over his shoulder for Winder in that situation. Obviously, the arms are flailing a little bit. You're trying to get body position, shield the defender off, or get position on the guy. And I just think that was just inadvertent and unfortunate.
So looks like Winder is going to be okay. 21-year-old Lou City Academy product. So he can get stuck in. Nobody on this Lou City team has won more duels this year, either in the air or on the ground, than Elijah Winder this year. So Lou City put it back in play. Winder is waved back on. We're back to full strength. More than 10 minutes gone so far tonight on a warm, muggy night here in Birmingham. We had some rain roll through earlier this Saturday morning. Good news is that's gone. The bad news is it is extremely humid here tonight. With that humidity, the temperature that's sitting in the high 80s feels more like the mid 90s tonight. So I imagine we'll see at least one, if not two, hydration breaks throughout this contest. So Ordonez pings it across to Morris. Another in-swinging serve that was partially deflected by Dotson. It'll be the second Lou City corner of the opening 11 minutes. We'll see if Lou City can create some danger here on this set piece. It was Birmingham who created all sorts of trouble for Detroit on their set pieces back on Wednesday night. Lou City would love to do more of the same. Serrano has it punched away by Hibbert. Fadden trying to keep it down here, but his header a little bit lacking. Tabor Itaka and Mintz to collect for Birmingham. Tabor Itaka wants to run. Didn't have much in the way of support and lost possession working towards that touchline. It'll be a Lou City throw.
That was great defending from Morris, using the sideline as your extra defender. Tabor Itaka runs out of space, but you know, as Legion FC won that ball, they were 1v1 at the back with Tyler Pasher. If they can get that ball quickly and get that ball out into space, odds are you're going to pick Pasher to win that 1v1 battle.
Pasher, one of the most dangerous attacking pieces in all the USL Championship. Plenty of USL fans familiar with what he can do. Top three in the league in chances created coming into the night tonight. As Serrano drifted offside, flag does come up.
And that's lazy from Serrano, right? He has the entire field in front of him, and yet he still finds a way to wander offside. That's not what you want if you're Danny Cruz. That's something you'll go back and look at a tape and be like, look, that's a mental error.
So free kick here for the Legion. Birmingham fans, don't forget you can stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news by following @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or you can download the Legion FC app in Google Play or the App Store. Again, that's @BHM Legion on social media. Your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Great job by Morris. Somehow kept that in play. And some defending there done by Enzo Martinez. Otherwise, Harris might have gotten in behind. Instead, it'll be a third Lou City corner early. Morris and Gonzalez working together to take possession back. Serrano serves this one short. Davila, edge of the area, right back to where it came from. Serrano a driven serve. Patterson got a boot to it. Davila keeps it down here for the moment. Can Serrano track that down? Not quite. So goal kick for the Legion here that they'll likely take short. Let's see if they can play through some of this Lou City pressure. Get it right back to his goalkeeper. Birmingham trying to break through this Lou City press. Sends it long. Nwegbo thought he got pushed from behind. Referee said not enough in that. And lost an easy collection. A couple of promising young goalkeepers in this matchup tonight, by the way. Jaden Hibbert at 19 years old, on loan from Atlanta United 2. Damian Lawson, 22 years old, on loan from Austin FC. He was the goalkeeper of the year in MLS Next Pro a year ago as Harris tries to hold off Hernandez Foster, and a foul's going to go against Harris. That was awfully physical, and neither guy was willing to give an inch. Birmingham wastes no time putting it back into play. A dangerous ball there, collected by Martinez, trying to turn. Winder not letting him, but what a find, A.J. Patterson. Birmingham can come out the other side. Kobe Hernandez Foster, who we talked about in the Open, the 22-year-old in his first season with the Legion. Former LA Galaxy Academy products. He's been at the center of this midfield and at the center of a lot of success that Birmingham have had over the last couple of weeks especially. Birmingham come into this one winners of 3 of their last 4. They have lost just twice since the start of May after an uneven start. Said earlier, they've shored things up at the back. Goals were slow to come in the beginning as well. They've come a little bit more lately. Hibbert chips this one forward. Moses Mensah able to bring it down without much trouble. Here's Hernandez Foster connecting with Tyler Pasher. Birmingham pinned back deep in their own half for the last 6, 7, 8 minutes, trying to change that here. Find a way through. Nwegbo, lovely turn. He was fouled. And that's going to be our first yellow card of the night shown to Wes Sharpie. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, and a lovely turn from Demon Nwegbo forced Sharpie to do something.
As we see the replay here, look at just a creative little thing for an attacker to do in the middle third of the field is just let a ball run through your legs. If you think you have a guy for pace and you know he's going to be really touch tight to you and very close, let it run through your legs once. See if he gives you the extra space next time to get on the half turn and then run at him with the ball.
Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. Hernandez Foster surveying into the sun. Delivers a nice ball, just a bit too tall for Kavita.
Now you have your center back, who's not your normal center back, and Sharpie having to play with a yellow card early on in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to the rest of this match. He's going to have to make sure he's careful in all the tackles that he makes. Otherwise, he could see red.
Talked about Kyle Adams out once again as Hibbert comes off his line to get that away from Harris. Mensah trying to lob it towards Tyler Pasher, who's not going to get there in time. Lost an emergency clearance. Patterson going to try to let that go out of play. Didn't quite, and it was last touched by Patterson. Wow, great effort there from Serrano.
2 great sequences for both goalkeepers, by the way, being very alert, coming off their line and getting the ball away, clearing the danger. Jake Morris whipped in an incredibly dangerous ball out on the wing in for Wilson Harris. Hibbert had to make sure he was off his line quickly, as well as lost it as Legion FC tried to slip through Tyler Pasher.
McFadden surveying his options. Man on loan from Atlanta United gets his 8th start of the year tonight. Birmingham Legion certainly plenty familiar with from his time. Atlanta United 2 and on loan to Memphis as that trickles out of play. It'll be a Birmingham throw this time.
One big difference in this game I've already noticed so far from when they played in Louisville is the fact that Serrano and all the Louis City attackers are not being able to drift in between the lines of Legion FC. They're staying very compact and preventing that. In the second half against Louisville, in Louisville for Legion FC, they still gave up 2 goals, but they made that change, and it was a much more competitive game in the second half. Now, you could always look at it and say, like, well, they were already up 3-0, so maybe they took the gas off the pedal, or foot off the gas pedal a little bit. But still, very encouraging if you're a Legion FC fan watching this game, seeing us stay compact, seeing them stay compact, and not be able to allow Louis City to get on the half turn in between the lines, which is where they become very dangerous.
Martinez able to turn. Wilson Harris quick to shut that down. Birmingham fans, if you're looking to grab some of this season's Legion FC merch to wear to the next home match at Protective Stadium, check out all the new gear now at bhmlegion.shop. Again, that's bhmlegion.shop. Make sure you're outfitted and ready to go for a busy summer of soccer here at Protective Stadium. Steven Nwegbo using his body well, able to turn this time, running at Ordonez. His shot is in the side netting. It was deflected on the way through, though. It'll be the first corner of the night for Birmingham, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Already the second time tonight we've seen Steven Nwegbo cause some trouble for this Lou City back line.
And he hasn't gotten a lot of minutes as of late, for whichever reason. But you've got guys like Prosper Kasim, Tyler Pasher, Tabor Taka, who can also create a lot of things. But Nwegbo is a guy who certainly can create things for himself and for his teammates.
Tyler Pasher to serve this corner in, and like he was stopped by the AR there for a moment. Pasher whips it in, and once by Ordonez, second time by Jorge Gonzalez. It'll be rinse and repeat for Pasher. Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming here. 2 goals from 2 corners for Birmingham Legion in their win against Detroit back on Wednesday. Pasher trying to replicate that. Not a bad serve. Whipped back across the face of goal. Loss. Full extension to keep it away from the back of the net. Still defending to do here for Louisville. Pasher, another serve, and Loss, a clean catch this time.
Coach Danny Cruz talked to us earlier this week about how he was going to defend Legion FC. He goes, it's no secret to what they're doing. They're aiming for the 6'5" guy on the back post to play it back across, and that's exactly what they did, and nearly came away with a goal.
Raleigh didn't make clean connection with it, but got just enough of it to get it into a dangerous area. Lost in Lou City, fortunate to keep it out. Game still scoreless for the moment as we approach the midway point here of this opening 45. From Davila. Now here comes Lou City, able to build. Early serve deflected by Dodson into the ad boards. Another Lou City corner coming. Not the first time tonight we've seen Jake Morris try to whip in a ball with that left foot.
Yeah, thus far Legion FC have done a good job of defending those, but again, you talked about this is their 4th corner already at the beginning of the game, and we're only really in the 23rd minute, so you don't want to continue to give those up all over, but still, they've done a good job thus far.
That one whistled across the face of goal for a moment. And Pasher, the secondary clearance. Good job by sending that out of play.
It's a very good job.
Jake Morris, otherwise Tabor Taka was right on his back.
Certainly, and even if that ball comes out and comes straight back to Tabor Taka, they can get it on quickly, and Blue City's scrambling to get back to defend. I think you could really see if Blue City continue to get corners and Legion FC get them away effectively, you could see Legion FC create a big chance tonight as they break on the counter.
Fans, the competition is heating up this summer on CBS as Sacramento Republic FC look for revenge against a red-hot Oakland Roots SC on Sunday, July 21st at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time, and on August 3rd at 4 o'clock. Searching Detroit City, those newcomers Rhode Island FC for the very first time as the USL Summer of Soccer continues on the CBS Sports Network. Here for Lou City, 23 plus minutes gone. 12th overall meeting between Birmingham Legion and Lou City. Birmingham has only played Memphis more in their time as a franchise. Lou City, this has been a fun contest, fun matchup, fun fixture that fans have looked forward to for the past 3, 4, 5 seasons. It's been fairly even for the most part. City working forward now. Davila into the area, hounded by Hernandez Foster, who cut out his cross. Hernandez Foster trying to clear it. Tosh wouldn't let him. City trying to keep the pressure on this Birmingham back line. Tosh back to Ordonez. Serrano. threaded it behind for McFadden. In the end, Hibbert makes an easy play. And as Foster able to turn, Tyler Pasher in between the lines. And here comes one of the fastest players in the league. Pasher running right at Ordonez. Thought about a shot there. Takes it here instead, and a huge save from Loss.
I'll tell you what, we talked about getting in between the lines on the half turn. That is exactly what you do. If you're an attacking player, a number 10, a number 9, even a winger, if you can get a defender on the half turn and you can turn and run straight at him, just as Tyler Pasher did, you are going to be very dangerous. You're going to find yourself in good positions. Loss makes a fantastic save here. Full stretch, gets it wide. Great defending from Sharpie to get over there and make sure he's the first to the ball.
41st save of the year for Damian Loss is a big one. Keeps this at 0-0 for the moment. The corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A, the third of the early going here for Birmingham Legion. Pasher into the mix. Loss punches it only as far as Martinez. Martinez thought about taking that first time, then thought better of it. Birmingham still with the center backs forward for the moment. Minza trying to clip it out wide.
Got to be very careful not to lose that ball right now.
Harris able to turn. Here comes Lou City. It is 4-on-3 if they hurry. Acres of space here for Morris on this right side. Morris tried it first time. With his off right foot, could not put that in an area of danger.
Yeah, I'm surprised he took that on his right foot. I know what he's trying to do. He knows what he's trying to do. Expects himself as a pro to be able to put a little whip on that ball with his right foot, but it doesn't come off, and he'll rue that opportunity. But as it was coming wide to him, I fully expected him to take a touch, get it on his left foot, and then whip a ball in swinging towards the goalkeeper, but not what he decided to do in the moment.
Looks like Kavita's going to leave this one for Hibbert. Birmingham going to play this goal kick long. Fan Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Pasher heads that along, couldn't quite find Deeban Dwagbo. Trying to win it back, hounding Jake Morris. Two guys with plenty of pace going head-to-head there on that flank. Gonzalez. Morris couldn't quite continue that run forward. And as Foster working with Martinez in midfield. Minza. Dwagbo had a bit of space to work with there. Picked up his head, trying to play the big switch. That was well done. Perfectly placed to Tabor Itaka.
Great first touch. I wish he would have taken the defender on in that moment instead of playing it backwards. He had him. He had plenty of space to start to run at him, but he chose to play backwards. Would love to see him in that situation after that first touch. Be ruthless. Get after the defender if you have the opportunity.
Martinez starting to drift a little bit further forward. Here comes Enzo Martinez. He'll try a shot. A little bit wide. Loss let it go, but not a bad effort there for Martinez, who certainly is a man with goal-scoring touch. Enzo Martinez has done in his lengthy career as a pro.
He's no stranger to finding the back of the net by any stretch of the imagination. 5th all-time for the USL in goals. He also creates a lot of things for other players. When you talk about players who like to get under the opponent's skin, we mentioned Brian Owenby early on. Enzo Martinez probably rivals Brian Owenby as one of the biggest villains in the USL Championship.
It's funny, nobody in Birmingham liked Enzo Martinez until he started wearing Legion's black and gold. Now all of a sudden he's a fan favorite.
Certainly.
It's funny how that works.
It's a guy you love to have on your team, but you hate to be against him, right?
Absolutely. Enzo Martinez, you said, has set up plenty of goals. 2 assists in his last 4 games coming into tonight. Harris tried to pin his run onside, but couldn't. The flag comes up. So it'll be a free kick for the Legion here as we approach the half-hour mark, and Joshua Encarnacion thinking the same thing we are. Hydration break time as we approach the first half hour in the books here at Protective Stadium. And Morgan, Danny Cruz on the screen right now. What do you think Coach Cruz thinks of the way his team has played so far?
Yeah, I think he's going to like what he's seen thus far. They've been able to create some chances from the wing. He talked about Jake Morris getting the ball in early. He's going to want Serrano to get on the ball a little bit more. When he's able to do that, he can create so much havoc for Lou City. I would love to see him, as Tyler Pasher did earlier, and create that chance for himself. get on the half turn against Birmingham. How can he find a way to do that? Can he slip in between the lines and get the ball in the half turn and run at back line for Legion FC?
Meanwhile, for Legion FC, probably pretty pleased with the way this has gone so far. Speaking of the Legion, they hit the road next Friday, July 5th, to visit Eastern Conference rival Charleston Battery at 6:30 Central Time. This game will be live on ESPN Plus or locally in Birmingham on My 68. Legion FC is back at Protective Stadium on Saturday, July 13th against Colorado Springs Switchbacks at 6:30 Central Time. Join us at the match for a Christmas in July celebration. Get your tickets to the match today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. If you can't make it, you can watch it live on ESPN Plus or locally here in Central Alabama on My 68. That is Birmingham Legion and Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Saturday, July 13th at 6:30 Central Time.
Talked about Legion FC having to go to Charleston next. That's a big one, obviously. They will have faced Detroit, Lou City, and Charleston back to back to back. All three teams that are above them in the table. And if they can get results in those three matches, everyone will start to take note of what Tom Sohn and the boys in black and gold are able to do thus far.
Birmingham Legion entered play tonight 5th in the Eastern Conference with those 7 wins. The City, of course, not only first in the East, first in the USL right now with 11 wins in their first 16 contests. They've lost just 3 games total this year. 2 of those 3 losses, though, have come in the last 3 games they've played, as they had a busy run of games there. 3 games in 8 days. Coach Cruz and his Lou City boys happy they could get a full week of rest coming into this fixture tonight. Meanwhile, it's Birmingham who's working on short rest after they played Wednesday night in Detroit. Didn't get back to Birmingham till Thursday, and then had 1 real day of training yesterday before getting ready to go again here tonight.
Yeah, those midweek away games are tough when you have to come home and play again. It's certainly this time of year as well, as it starts to get hotter. I know Danny Cruz's guys are starting to feel the effects of the heat as the country starts to warm up, but Birmingham as well, right? They're certainly in a very tough run of matches. So both teams looking to make their claim as one of the favorites to win the Eastern Conference, and this is a great matchup so far tonight.
McFadden out wide. Davila let it go through to Winder. Davila wants to go out the other side. Sharpie out wide for Morris. Plenty of possession down here for Lou City so far in this first half. Trying to pay it off into something positive. A big goal scoring chance. Just 2 total shots for a dangerous attacking side. We'll see if that changes here. Harris couldn't beat Hibbert, who got a paw out to make the play.
That was a great job. Initially seeing it, thought maybe he didn't take the greatest angle, but at the end he makes himself big, gets a paw on this thing, and a big paw at that, and makes the save.
Was a tight angle there for Harris, but that gets by the right hand of Hibbert. That looked like it was on frame and destined for the back of the net. Jaden Hibbert hasn't had to do a lot as the Birmingham Legion goalkeeper. Did so right there. Hibbert, it's his 3rd straight start after he started the contest here at home against San Antonio and then on Wednesday against Detroit. By saying he hasn't had a lot to do, that was in both those games. Both were relatively quiet. San Antonio struggled mightily here at Protective Stadium. It was all Birmingham in that contest. Outside of the 1 goal Detroit had, wasn't a whole lot of saves to be made for Hibbert back on Wednesday. Young guy with plenty of promise who has been invited into Jamaica's national team camp back in March. Certainly a guy that federation is keeping an eye on. A couple of young, strong goalkeepers. Jamaican national team set up plying their trade in the USL between Jaden Hibbert and, of course, Jamali Waite out west. McFadden picks up his head. Thought about an early serve, but thought better of it. Winder surveying. Like his options going forward either. 10+ minutes left in this opening 45, plus a little bit of stoppage time, we imagine, given the hydration break a few moments ago. Both sides looking for an early breakthrough. Davila's pass couldn't quite stay in play.
Yeah, if Legion FC can get into the half at 0-0, they'll be very happy. They're certainly no strangers to putting up 0 in the first half so far this year. I think 13 out of their 15 matches they have failed to score in the first half, but the second half they've come on, and they're a team that doesn't stop. They score lots of goals. They score lots of goals late. They got 2 after the 80th minute against Detroit in Detroit to take a 2-1 win. So certainly a team that can...
Oh, huge collision. Serrano lobbed it in. Hibbert came off his line to get it, and he is down. And a yellow card immediately out. It's going to be shown to Jake Morris. He looks like he's hurting a little bit as well. It's not Morris, pardon me. It looks like it's Jorge Gonzalez that is down.
You know, I don't necessarily agree with the referee giving a yellow card here. I think Gonzalez has every right to go and get that ball. You know, it is inside of the 6, but if you're an attacker and you have the opportunity to score a goal, if you have to worry about getting a yellow card for something like this, you know, maybe we'll see something different here in the replay. But I thought live, he has every right to go try and win this ball. He's not looking for the goalkeeper, right? It looks nasty. There's no malicious intent. You can see he's got his left foot up going in to score that goal. It's one of those things. Train A leaves the station at X time. Train B leaves at this time. When they collide, how bad is the collision going to be? And, you know, glad to see that Hibbert is up. I hope that Gonzalez is able to get up and continue on in this match. He's an important guy for Lou City.
It was Owen Jack who was starting to get loose on the Birmingham side of things, pending how Jaden Hibbert felt. It looks like Hibbert is going to be able to continue. Keep in mind, Jaden Hibbert, a big guy, listed around 6'2", 6'3", 19 years young. Plenty big frame. Certainly bigger than the guy he collided with, Jorge Gonzalez, who remains down. And that is not a good sign there. It looks like a stretcher might be coming out for Gonzalez. Tough collision at the back post. Looked like that cross took a deflection on the way through from Kavita's head there.
Here's another angle for the folks at home. Just hope nobody's just seriously injured with that. I think they signaled for a stretcher, but again, hopefully Gonzalez gets up and can continue on in this match, but it's not looking good for him at the moment.
Tonight, the 8th start of the year, the 15th appearance for Jorge Gonzalez, a guy who has spent plenty of time in Lou City after originally coming to Louisville on loan from Timbers 2. They liked him so much on loan, they signed him outright. He has been a fixture for Lou City since then. Came on as a sub against Rhode Island last weekend, rewarded with the start tonight. But he is still down on the Protective Stadium turf as we speak. Looks like Louisville City are going to make a change. Sam Gleadle has grabbed a shirt. Looks like he's going to be the man that replaces Gonzalez. The Englishman applied his trade in college soccer at the University of New Mexico. He's been more of a super sub for Lou City in the early part of this year, but he had started 3 of the last 5 contests coming into tonight. He was acquired in the offseason from Monterey Bay after a couple of seasons there. So Gleadle set to come on. First things first, Jorge Gonzalez still being attended to. It's taking a good amount of time here for the medical staff at Protective Stadium to get a stretcher out here for Gonzalez, who is not going to be able to continue. Instead of a stretcher, it's going to be full-on ambulance for Gonzalez.
let's give a little update, I guess, while we have a little time on the two players we focused on early on in the match, right? Wilson Harris has only had 7 touches so far. He's had 2 in Legion FC's box. And then you look over at Hernandez Foster. He's completed 15 of 17 passes thus far, created 1 chance, 88% on his passing. He's had some clearances, a couple recoveries. So 2 players we were focusing on early on who we felt were going to make a difference in this game so far are certainly, one's having a little bit better of a game so far, been more involved than Kobe Hernandez Foster, but we all know that Wilson Harris doesn't need to be involved much to make an impact in a game. So time will tell how this game continues on. As you see Jorge Gonzalez get his yellow card from the referee. Again, I think that's a little harsh, but still, certainly a tough collision inside the box.
So Gonzalez being helped off now. Nice ovation here from the Protective Stadium crowd. Tough moment here late in the first half. Spanish attacker unable to continue. More look at the collision between he and Jaden Hibbert.
Looks like that's his knee. Yeah, he goes down holding his knee. That angle showed it best. I didn't know if his knee got stuck underneath, and it looks like it may have kind of buckled a little bit, which is, it's horrible to see. Thoughts go out to Jorge Gonzalez, and hopefully this is nowhere near as bad as it looked. Certainly a stretcher is something that nobody ever wants to see in a game, but hopefully their medical staff and folks can come back with some positive information. Maybe it's not as bad as it quite looked. I feel terrible for Jorge Gonzalez.
So we'll see if we get any more information on Gonzalez's status as the night continues. As the medical staff makes its way off the turf here at Protective Stadium. Substitution, by the way, brought to you by Papa John's. It is official now. Sam Gleadle in. Of course, Jorge Gonzalez out. We'll see how that changes things here for Lou City as we play the final few minutes of this opening half.
We talked about a lot about Jorge Gonzalez in that situation, and how he may not have deserved a card in that moment. But let's talk a second about Hibbert. That's very brave for him to come out, make that save, do a great job. It's no surprise he's getting looked into the national team with things like that. You have to be fearless as a goalkeeper, and that certainly was fearless.
19-year-old able to continue in goal for Birmingham. Louisville City forced into an early change. We'll see if there's any goal-scoring opportunities left here in this opening half. Good work here by Winder. Up the flank, McFadden trying to track that down with a slide, kept it alive. And Patterson, a collision and an emphatic clearance. Good work by McFadden to avoid the ball as it was rocketed off of Patterson's left boot. It'll be a Lou City corner. McFadden might have avoided the ball, but he paid for it. Put his body on the line, earns Lou City their 5th corner of this opening half.
Talk about big boys. AJ Patterson is certainly not a shy guy when it comes to that stat.
Taylor Davila to serve this one in. California native in his first season with Lou City after a phenomenal year last year with Rio Grande Valley. Left-footed service low, flicked on and flicked wide. Another corner here for Lou City, but certainly a moment of danger there. Winder got the first touch and flicked it into a dangerous area. Taller service this time into the mosh pit. A volley. Morris couldn't catch it clean and then couldn't keep that one down. So a goal kick here for the Legion that they take short and quickly. Bernali sends it long in the direction of Tyler Pasher.
Again, off screen, Legion FC, if they can catch it right. I've said it once or twice already. Oh, that was dirty.
Moses Mensah, my goodness. Finds Stephen Nwegbo. Nwegbo cuts it back in on his right. Doesn't have a whole lot in the way of support. Able to keep it through a crowd of white and gold jerseys and was fouled. Stephen Nwegbo hasn't had much of the ball in the first half. He's been dangerous when he's had his moments. Of course, that all started with a gross nutmeg from Moses Mensah. So a free kick for the Legion brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. By the way, it's 9 minutes of stoppage time coming. Brought to you by UAB Medicine. So 9 additional minutes between the hydration break and the injury stoppage. So still a good amount of time left in this opening half. Swinging serve here from Tyler Pasher. Into the mix. Kavita got ahead to it, but couldn't keep it down.
That's a fantastic service from him. Just a little bit too high for Kavita. Couldn't quite get above it to head it down. But a free header nonetheless. He will have wanted to do better with that.
That's goal scoring threat, Fanuel Kavita, by the way.
Scored his first goal, game winner against Detroit on Wednesday. I believe it was his first goal since 2020.
First goal since becoming a member of the Legion. He had played 119 games for Birmingham Legion, had not scored until Wednesday when Birmingham needed a goal late.
And coincidentally enough, he scored it with his feet, not his head.
Assist from Stephen Nwegbo. They're in a crowded box. Gave Birmingham all 3 points against Detroit City. Aiden McFadden, his serve finds the waiting breadbasket of Hibbert. Hibbert thought about going quickly, thought better of it though.
He had Tyler Pasher on a streak. Had he seen him, Tyler will want to probably have a word with Hibbert in the locker room at halftime. They're still trying to get to know each other a little bit, but if you can catch him on a break and get him a full set of head of steam going forward, he's a tough guy to stop. So we've talked about how if a corner or a cross gets straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, the ability for Legion FC to start a counterattack and go quickly.
Speaking of working quickly, here comes Enzo Martinez. Pasher able to turn. He's got a little bit of space, lets it go, but couldn't find the frame. Goals, a couple of assists, and plenty of goal-scoring chances created for Tyler Pasher this year. In fact, he created 5 chances last time out against Detroit. He's had a couple of moments here in this first half. Forced a huge save from Damian Loss. That's probably the biggest play in this game so far. Approaching 3 minutes out of our minimum of 9 played so far in first half stoppage time. Dotson an easy collection, dangerous. But Harris won it right back for a moment. Here comes Pasher again. And round one man and a crunching challenge there. Surely that's yellow, and it is. Arturo Ordonez becomes the 3rd Lou City player booked in this first half. The yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
And now you've got 2 center backs from Lou City on yellows before the first half is up. And needs to be careful here. Ordonez throwing the ball like that in a little bit of disgust. I've seen referees give a card for dissent there. I'm glad we didn't get one in this situation. I think, stuff like that ruins the game, but, he's going to have to be real careful as well. And when you get guys like Tyler Pasher on the half turn like that, you're in big trouble if you're having to defend him.
Almost a moment of danger created there by Galidal. Freshest legs of anybody on the field right now. Kavita that ball, but couldn't keep it in play. So Wes Sharpie and Arturo Ordonez both on yellow cards, as Morgan said, right now in the Lou City back line. Granale lobs towards that Lou City back line. And Pasher able to win it back. He's got Moses Mensah working with him. Nwegbo a wide option. Another Black shirts coming to join the attacking third. Nwegbo, nowhere to go, leaves it for A.J. Patterson. It's back to the Birmingham center backs. Birmingham a chance to pin Louisville City a little bit deeper. Something that hasn't happened as much here in this first half. Chips it forward in the direction of Nwegbo. Tosh got there first. It keeps it on the ground here for the Legion. 5 minutes gone out of our minimum of 9. Good first touch. Table Ritaka brought it down. Asher finds Kobe Hernandez-Foster. Birmingham working patiently in possession. Find 1 or 2 more scoring opportunities here before this first half comes to a close. Moritaka wants to dribble at this Lou City defense. Got his service away. Intervention there from McFadden. Here's A.J. Patterson. He'll serve right on top of the goalkeeper, and Loss had to make sure it got over the bar. Did he touch it? Referee says no. It'll be a Lou City goal kick.
I don't believe that's what A.J. Patterson was trying to do. However, the moment he hit it, the angle that we have here in the booth, it looked like it was going to be trouble, and it certainly was. Loss saw it over his crossbar, did not touch it, but certainly a beautiful mishit, if you will.
That's going to trickle out of play. It'll be a Birmingham Legion throw. By the way, fans, if you can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC 157. North America's own 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app. Free kick here for Lou City after the Birmingham foul. Play into the 52nd minute here, winding down this first half. Winder able to turn. Taylor Davila, who's been involved in the buildup of so many Lou City scoring opportunities this year, has had a pretty quiet first half to this point. Davila connects with Harris. Here comes Gleedle. Can he turn the corner? Not quite. His shot could not find the frame. So Martinez, Kavita scrambling back defensively for Birmingham. Hard to tell whether Galito was trying to shoot that or cross that. Either way, just ran out of real estate there along the byline. About 80 seconds left here in first half stoppage time. Ebert sends it long. Birmingham throw near the midway stripe. It's been a fairly even first half. Enzo Martinez fouled. Shots between the two teams, 6 for Birmingham, 4 for Lou City. Side have had a few moments, had looks at goal. A couple shots on target for the Legion, one of which came from Tyler Pasher that was awfully dangerous. Lou City so far with just that one shot on target from Wilson Harris. So far, this Birmingham defense has done the job. They have held the best goal-scoring team in the USL this year, goalless through 53-plus minutes. Is there time for one more attacking opportunity here for Lou City? Winder probing. Lato gets it back for Tosh, and that will be that. First half in the books here in Birmingham, Alabama. So far scoreless between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City at the break. Demon Nwegbo, his Birmingham side had their moments in the first half, but So far, nothing separating these two sides to this point, and we'll see what changes coming up in our second 45. Don't go anywhere at halftime. Coming up, we've got plenty, including a visit to the Learning with the Legion event from earlier this week at Barnes & Noble at the Summit. Plus, we're going to look at some highlight stats and a look around the league. That all comes your way when we return to Protective Stadium right after this.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win. Using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better all season long? Enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
Season tickets on sale now.
Hey everyone, I'm Blake. We're here at Learning with Legion here at the Summit, Barnes & Noble. Matt Van Ogle, Miggy Perez, Kobe Hernandez-Foster, all out here reading some of their favorite books to kids here in the community, designed for kindergartners through second graders. They read some books, they gave away some swag and surprises, and we got a chance to catch up with Miggy Perez. He graded his own reading performance and talked a little bit about his time in Birmingham so far here in 2024. Here with Miggy Perez, one of the 3 readers here for Birmingham Legion today. All right, so first of all, what book did you read?
I read The Couch Potato.
And what were your thoughts? Great book? Good book?
It was great, yeah. A message for the kids to not sit on the couch and go out and have fun outside.
Now, how would you grade your reading performance, you know?
It's pretty good. I mean, Matt was for sure the best.
Well, I mean, Matt's had some experience, you know?
He's done plenty of these.
Exactly.
I think I was second.
Yeah, you were second. You're putting Kobe at third? Tough.
Kobe's bottom.
Tough. So what you're saying is you and Kobe might be a little bit better midfielders than readers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How much fun has it been getting out in Birmingham in a community like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to come out in the community and just be with kids, especially because, I mean, on the field we do our job, and off the field we do stuff for the community, so it's great to come out here and read books for the kids.
And obviously you get to get home in front of these kids, in front of these fans coming up this weekend. What's it been like playing so far this first half of the year in Birmingham?
Yeah, it's been great for me for trying to develop here in this league. I mean, it's a pretty tough league, good league. It's for sure increasing, so I think for me just keep grinding, keep going, and Saturday is going to be a tough one versus Louisville. They're a pretty good team, but we're also a pretty good team, so I think it's going to be a good matchup.
And of course, this event's called Learning with Legion, so you've been learning with Legion just on the field and off the field. What's the biggest thing you think you've learned so far this year?
For me, it's just, I mean, taking stuff for the other guys since I'm still the young guy. So I think for me, just learning from them and taking what they tell me on the field and off the field as well. So I think. There
you go. All right, so after this, are you going to go buy a book? You're going to go to any particular section over here? Listen, you can take a kid's book home. There's no rules here. You know? Or you can go grab a Starbucks, too. Do you ever go to Starbucks order?
I usually get a Frappuccino.
Okay. Yeah, grab a Frappuccino, grab a book, See if you can do a little work in here.
I got Rasmus Hamoud at home, so he's only 15, so I could probably read him a book.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, grab a book for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could find one of the young readers section over here.
Yeah, sure, find a book.
Well, Miggy, enjoyed having you in Birmingham. Best of luck, not only this weekend, but the rest of the year, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much to Miggy for his time. Of course, this event part of the Learning with Legion summer reading program where kids can read books for chances to win tickets to Birmingham Legion games and other gear and prizes along the way. And of course, the organization or school who reads the most books this summer is going to come out to a Birmingham Legion game later on here in 2024. So for your way to get involved, go to bhmlegion.com for more information on that reading program. Or don't forget, you can also donate books that are going to benefit the Birmingham Housing Authority District. You can donate them either at Birmingham Legion's headquarters, which you can find at bhmlegion.com, or you can find drop boxes at the north and south gates at Protective Stadium all the way through August. Thanks so much for everyone that came out, and we hope you participate in the Learning with Legion program here this summer.
New flavors, the same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked Bebidas.
The best nights start with Jägermeister. Made with 56 botanicals. Always served ice cold.
Take a miracle to come back from this. Heartbreaking end to the season. But what's this?
For the moments when anticipation
Clock's counting down. 5 seconds. 3, 2.
becomes celebration. Jägermeister. Meister the moment.
Right now, the first time. Oh! Wow! It's Marquez! What a stunner there!
Back pointed in! Birmingham have an equalizer in second half stoppage time.
Welcome back to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight. Birmingham Legion, Louisville City here in the Magic City this evening on a humid but clear night here at Protective Stadium. Off in the distance there as you look at downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Two Eastern Conference foes going head-to-head. And coming into the night, of course, Louisville City at the top of the Eastern Conference table. 36 points, 3 clear of Charleston Battery, who sit in second. Birmingham Legion came into the night around 5th as we look at the Western Conference first in a very crowded Western Conference in Morgan. Phoenix rising down there in 6th, opted to make a change earlier this week. Danny Stone out in Phoenix, but rising right there in the thick of things.
Yeah, and it's an interesting choice to see. You're midway through the season. You're above the playoff line. Maybe things aren't going as well as you would have liked, but Phoenix is certainly a team that's never been a stranger to making changes.
Phoenix sitting 6th right now, 7 points off the pace set by New Mexico United. Out west, of course, we talked about Louisville City at the top here in the east. 35 points from their first 16 contests in Morgan. Birmingham Legion on the rise there after winning 3 of their last 4.
Yes, and they beat Tampa Bay in one of those. They beat Detroit. They lost to Indy, but they're 0-0 with Louisville and then Charleston next week. So, I mean, those are their last 5 or 6 games in a stretch.
trying to take points off the teams that are above them in the Eastern Conference standings over the next few weeks. Of course, a busy Saturday in the USL tonight, coming up on Golazo here in about 20 minutes. Colorado Springs host Monterey Bay. Then over on ESPN Plus, New Mexico going to Sacramento. And a couple of late-night kickoffs as well. 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. Sacramento and Hartford out there, plus Las Vegas Lights and Pittsburgh in an East versus West showdown over there. So don't go anywhere. Plenty of USL Championship action throughout the night. And, of course, the summer of soccer continues for the USL Championship and USL League One on CBS, CBS Sports Network, and ESPN2. Morgan, you talked about Birmingham taking on Charleston Battery. That game on ESPN2. Charleston trying to break a 5-game winless streak against a Birmingham Legion team that was 3-0 against San Antonio FC. Its last time here at Protective Stadium before tonight. And then Birmingham gets the national TV treatment again at home against Rhode Island. That's going to be a fun one with Conno Smith coming back to Birmingham.
Certainly, I know Conno will have circled that game immediately on the schedule, seeing when that is. He'll be very excited to get back into Birmingham and hopefully come and get 3 points here.
And then a big CBS game for Oakland and Sacramento coming up on July 21st as that NorCal rivalry takes center stage on CBS Network Television. Sacramento trying to avenge that narrow 3-2 loss at home to Oakland the last time they faced off a few weeks ago. This rivalry back in 2021 gets a fresh national TV audience coming up here in a few weeks. Here on the turf at Protective Stadium, a fairly even first 45, Morgan, as shown by the halftime stats.
Yeah, certainly. You can see, I think the stats, particularly when you look at shots and shots on target and the chances that have been created thus far, I think Legion FC have had the better chances to score goals. I think Lou City has had a little bit more control of the game, but they are playing against Tom Sohn and a group of guys who are getting into a little bit of a low block and playing on the counter, and they're doing it effectively so far.
Yeah, Birmingham almost doubling up Louisville City and XG so far, so the advanced stats would tend to agree with you, but neither side has found the back of the net just yet. We'll see if that changes in the second 45 minutes, which come your way right after this.
We are Altec, Birmingham-based since 1929. We set the gold standard in equipment and services that connect us to the power and communications we all need. From bucket trucks to digger derricks, the equipment we make helps our customers and our communities dig deeper and reach higher. We're a team. We're a family. We're looking for someone just like you. Hammer down and team up with Altec. Learn more at jobs.altec.com.
They come for the pop, the sizzle, the food, and drink. They come to escape the same old and replace it with the some kind of wonderful. But mostly they come to play. And play, they will.
There's nothing better than a game. A great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling than Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
Just about ready to go for our second 45 between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City. But first things first, let's get a look at highlights from our first half. It started early for Ray Serrano and Lou City. They had their moments in and around the box early, Morgan.
They did, and Jake Morris has been very impactful on that left side, whipping in a lot of great crosses. I would expect to see him get on the end of a few more. Legion FC and Derek Dotson will want to make sure they pay a little bit more attention to him. But I certainly think there's plenty of opportunity for Legion FC to get on the counter against Lou City, especially on corners. So look for Hibbert and particularly Pasher to maybe have that conversation at halftime to say, hey, if you get it in your hands off of a cross, immediately I'm gone. Just play it. I'll go find it.
Damien lost the biggest play of the night so far, saving that effort from Tyler Pasher. Kept this game 0-0, and then Wilson Harris had the best opportunity there for Lou City, but a big ball from Jaden Hibbert kept this game scoreless there as well. As a lot of Lou City's danger they created came on corners. They had a half dozen of them in the first half, but came up empty-handed. On a beautiful night here in Birmingham, we are ready to get this second half rolling. Which side will find a breakthrough here between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City? Let's find out. The second half off and running here at Protective Stadium. Of course, Lou City forced into that early change. Sam Gleadle on for Jorge Gonzalez. Birmingham Legion did not make any changes at halftime. Opting to stick with this group for now as Aiden McFadden keeps that in play down that flank. Got the service away. Dotson with a left boot got it clear as far as Mensah. Martinez couldn't quite beat Ordonez to that. Here's Morris on that left. Didn't miss by much.
Early danger from Lou City coming out in the second half. Again, all coming from Legion FC's inability to clear the ball effectively in that situation. And you have to be very, very careful.
Mensah trying to turn the corner. Couldn't connect with Nwegbo. Toast goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Damian Loss. 22-year-old has been one of the best young goalkeepers in the USL so far this year. Already made one huge stop.
And Louisville City have kept, in 11 of their 17 games, they've kept clean sheets in the first half. Only Tampa Bay and Charleston, who have 12, have done it more so far this year.
Both sides solid at the back in that first 45 as Pasher not quite on the same page with Nwegbo there. Morgan, you talked about Birmingham pleased with the 0-0 scoreline at halftime. Danny Cruz probably not displeased either. Just, as you said, probably would like his team to create a little bit more danger in the attack.
Yeah, and just some clear-cut chances that they obviously had the opportunity for where Hibbert came out and made a big save on Harris, and so he's going to want to see more of that. But again, they're going to have to move the ball quicker. I haven't seen Serrano, I haven't seen Harris, I haven't seen Gonzalez or even Gleadle so far catch a ball on the half turn in between the lines for Lou City so far. If they can start to do that and figure out a way to get in there, I think they'll start to create some problems for Legion FC.
Miss hit that time from Morris. Just a goal kick here for the Legion. Their captain, Funwo Kavita, looks like he's going to play this one short. Instead, opts to send this one deep. Only finds a white and gold shirt. Lou City right back on it. Minder able to find Davila in a little bit of space. Out wide for McFadden. Bodies arriving in and around the area. McFadden trying to pick one of them out. Did, and it ricochets just off the post. The flag does come up now. And it'll be a free kick for Birmingham. A handball in and around the mouth of goal.
Early warning signs. McFadden, that's a fantastic ball in. Gleadle gets up and gets on the end of it, but again, warning shots have been fired from Lou City so far in the first few minutes of this second half. Legion FC need to make sure they wake up and need to get on the ball, calm this down. Don't give the ball away like that in the midfield, because they haven't even. I don't think they've made it out of their half so far this half.
Here comes Louisville City again. Just got a touch of that ball from McFadden, but off the save. Got a piece of Serrano's arm. Not a bad serve from Serrano that time. That Cernali had to deal with it. And then Dotson looked like he might have gotten kicked in the face. Free kick given to the Legion.
Yeah, Cernali, great positioning there as a center back. Saw that all the way, straight in between his eyes. Got it away, and then Dotson unfortunately caught it between the eyes from something other than the ball.
So a tough break there from Derek Dotson. Another look at it here. So Birmingham a free kick, and as you said, Morgan, trying to break out of their own half here. Hibbert's going to force everybody long. Fans, you can tune into ESPN2 for a USL Summer of Soccer showdown between Championship Eastern Conference rivals. Charleston Battery and Golden Boot leader Nick Markanek take on Birmingham Legion FC with their dual scoring threats, Tyler Pasher and Enzo Martinez. That's coming your way Friday, July 5th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on ESPN2. Harris is onside. Harris serves it across, and Hibbert makes the play.
Great defending. Great attacking play as well. I mean, Lou City got at Legion, and they got at them very quickly. That's a great ball in from Harris. Slides that in very calmly as well. And A.J. Patterson has to be there to make sure that Gleedle does not get on the end of it and make it 1-0.
Couple opportunities here for Sam Gleedle to start this second half. Morris has his pass cut out by Mensa. Martinez. Pasher couldn't keep it under control, and it's more possession here early in the second half for Louisville City. Roll down the line again. Harris will get there in front of Cronali. A left-footed serve is headed in. Gleedle gets his goal, and Louisville City, who've been knocking on the door to start this second half, have the lead.
Yeah, the warning signs were there. Immediately they came out. They were on the front foot. They've created 2 or 3 chances. Legion FC are still, it feels like they're still trying to come out of the half. You know, they can't get good touches on the ball. They're constantly giving it away. And then, you know, Wilson Harris gets in the corner, gets his second assist of the year. He's a guy we talked about in the pregame as a guy who's only a goal scorer, it seems like. But he gets an assist, puts a perfect cross into the box. And Gleedle has an easy job to do. It just has to be on target when you're that close. And there's really nothing Hibbert could do about that.
So Louisville City has an early second half goal. The traveling support in purple pleased about that. And it's Lou City 1, Birmingham Legion 0. 6.5 minutes into the second half. Goal brought to you by AT&T, the second of the year for Sam Gleedle.
I mean, that is a fantastic cross. Pinpoint. Again, we talked about Gleedle. All he had to do was get it on frame from that close, and he certainly made no mistake about it.
So Sam Gleedle forced into this game early after the injury to Jorge Gonzalez. He has made an impact in a big, big way. Louisville City have a 1-goal advantage. And we'll see how this game changes. Tom Stone obviously didn't like the way his team has come out of the halftime dressing room. He has a sub ready to go. As Prosper Kassim waits to check in, but first things first, Lou City attacking again. Serrano's shot blocked. Kavita wore that one off the chest. But it'll be the 7th corner for Lou City forthcoming. Looks like Birmingham are going to hold that change until after this set piece.
Yeah, I think that's a smart decision. You never want to make a change on a corner. It's always difficult, especially when you're defending, to come in and make sure you get your assignments right. And a lot of times you see goals scored after substitutions on crosses.
A.J. Patterson got a first head to it. Still defensive work to be done for Birmingham. Around the penalty spot, that's flicked on almost in the direction of Gleedle, who would have been on the doorstep for a potential second. Louisville City going to be forced to hold up here as Birmingham will now make that change. Substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Birmingham fans, you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. The first change of the night for Birmingham is Prosper Kassim. He is on for Diba Nwegbo.
I think we knew we were going to see Prosper Kassim. I don't think we were going to see him this early. But I think that's a little bit of an interesting substitution for Tom Stone and Legion FC. I felt Diba Nwegbo had done a good job. I thought he was dangerous when he was on the ball. Maybe there's something defensively that he's not doing that Tom Stone was asking for, and maybe that's led to some of the things Lou City's been successful with so far this half. But, you know, you always talk about the substitutions that you make making an impact in the game. Lou City, although their hand was forced, Sam Gleedle has come on and has made a difference. Legion FC will want the same for Prosper Kasim as he's come on to finish out the next 35 minutes of this half.
Throw here for Derek Dotson and the Legion. Prosper Kasim, of course, a vital part of this Legion setup since inception. So he gets his first touch since coming on there. He scored once, he's assisted once. He played 68 minutes back on Wednesday. A guy that has scored plenty of huge goals in his time as a member of Birmingham Legion FC. Good defensive work by Patterson, but he gives it away. Harris got back in front. Gleedle able to bring it under control. Harris avoids the challenge. McFadden trying to turn. Couldn't. Good work by Moses Mensah. Patterson with Harris on his back. Blocks that service out, but another Lou City corner coming.
This has been an onslaught so far for Lou City. Again, Legion FC have barely made it out of their half so far in the last 10 minutes. Lou City are literally just throwing everything but the kitchen sink, it seems like, at Legion FC thus far, and they already have one goal to show for it. That hard work from Harris just now earning a corner gives them another opportunity.
Another in-swinging serve is headed goalward, and a nice play outstretched there from Hibbert. Second save of the night for Jaden Hibbert. Birmingham looking for something in the way of a response after an early second half goal for the visitors. Mendez Foster looking direct over the top in the direction of Tabor Itaka. Sharpie got there first. Lou City can bring everything back under control and back under their possession. Tosh venturing forward. Harris sinking back in midfield for a touch as he continues to work and move.
Off screen as that ball was over at Tosh's foot. Morris had his hand up in the air begging for that. He still has his hand up in the air begging for that ball to be played across to him.
Serrano into the half spaces, trying to leave it for Harris. Crognale got in front of him, almost had it taken away, but Dotson was emphatic with the clearance. Lou City continuing to knock on the door, not satisfied with just one. Ordonez for Sharpie. Morris. Serrano dummies it along. Winder tracks it down. More defending to do for Birmingham. Winder gets around Martinez, leaves it for Serrano. Serrano, a shot through traffic that deflected wide. Corner number 9 coming for Lou City. So far, this second half has belonged to Louisville. 51st minute goal from Sam Gleedle. Maurice Serrano and Lou City looking for more. Hibbert didn't make a clean catch, and ends up in the back of the net. 2-0 Lou City, another early second half goal. Wilson Harris, as easy as they come.
Yeah, Hibbert's going to look at that and he's going to just shake his head. He needs to catch that cleanly and not let that go through his hands. But if you're Lou City, you can hardly say they haven't earned these goals so far. They've been getting after Legion FC ever since the second half has started, and that's just again, Wilson Harris is just that he won't score an easier goal this year.
It's goal number 11 for Harris, brought to you by AT&T. He's now just one off the 12 from Nick Markanek. And the 19-year-old goalkeeper, Jaden Hibbert, who had been solid so far tonight, has a play that he certainly will want back.
So far, just this second half, in the first 14 minutes, Lou City has 75% of the possession, 6 shots, 4 on target, 5 shots inside the box. They are dominating this second half thus far.
So Birmingham Legion behind the 8 ball now with a half hour to play. They need not 1 but 2 to rescue some kind of results against the Lou City side that has been one of the best, if not the best, in the league so far this year.
Only 10 minutes into this half, Louisville City have crossed the ball 20 times, which is better than their season average of 19.9, and we still have almost 30 minutes to play.
Speaking of crosses, Morris working in and around the area. Davila keeps it moving. Kassim got a piece of it, but not enough to disrupt possession. McFadden rolls it down the line. Gleedle gets there in front of Kavita, but couldn't keep his balance. Birmingham trying to break. Pasher trying to thread it along for Hernandez Foster. Crinali got a body there, but it's given away by Dodson. Morris on his left has his cross cut out by Dodson. Got it back. A second serve is handled. Haber wastes no time this time. Rolls it out in the direction of Tyler Pasher, who wants to get going and quickly. Pasher couldn't connect with Tabor Itaka. Sharpie under pressure, got rid of it. But time working against Birmingham now after an even first 45. Or you can make the case Birmingham had the more dangerous goal-scoring opportunities. That has not been the same so far in the second half. Kassim perfectly weighted. A.J. Patterson has some space to work with.
Yeah, Lou City have now scored 8 goals in the first 15 minutes of the second half. That leads the USL Championship.
Lou City have come out of the dressing room ready to go. It's a big reason why they enjoy a 2-goal advantage right now. Birmingham pull one back. Moses Mensah hunted by not 1 but 2 white and gold shirts, and it was last touched by him. Birmingham fans, to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news, be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or download the Legion FC app. That's @BHM Legion. Across all social media, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Legion players not thrilled with that foul there against Enzo Martinez. And it's a Legion player who's down after the whistle right now. That's Moses Mensah, who has gone down holding what looks like his right hamstring. The Legion do have a sub ready. We'll see if Mensah is the man that is going to be coming off. There's Miggy Perez, the 19-year-old on loan from St. Louis City. Looks like he's ready to make his 14th appearance of the year after he got the start and played 68 minutes on Wednesday night in Detroit. Mensah is still down on the turf being attended to. He slowly makes his way to his feet. We'll see if his night is done.
Louisville City fans will be happy to see Wilson Harris get on the end of a goal again. That is his first goal since May 30th.
Harris started the year like a house of fire, but missed a couple of games, and then he was goalless in his last 3 until tonight. And it is confirmed. Moses Mensah, the man making way for Miggy Perez. Substitution again brought to you by Papa John's. Birmingham fans, use code LEGION. 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. After the foul, free kick for Damian Loss and Lou City. By the way, fans, eFootball 2024 is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, play as your favorite USL Championship club today. eFootball is free to play. Download it now. Gaming device of your choice.
I love that ball from
I was about to say
Jake Morris.
Morris, another ball whipped in with that ever dangerous left foot. Just not a Lou City player to get on the end of it. Sharpie brings that down without much trouble. Recycles back to his goalkeeper, Loss.
play into the 65th minute here at Protective Stadium. After Birmingham Legion swept Lou City last year, Lou City right now in the driver's seat to return the favor. A 5-0 win back in March at Lynn Family Stadium. They lead Birmingham by 2. 25 plus minutes to play here in the Magic City tonight. Morris nowhere to go forwards, opts to go backwards to Sharpie, who makes his 7th start of the year tonight, his 3rd straight. City without a couple of pieces. Of course, Brian Ownby's missed most of the year. Drew Perez has been out recently, so has Adams, and yet, despite a couple of trip-ups from Lou City, by and large, the train has kept rolling right along for the league leaders.
Birmingham looking at some home and away form, have only taken 7 points off of 7 home games so far, including tonight. They've played the majority of their games on the road thus far this year, so it's something they're going to want to fix moving forward, is finding ways to get more wins here in Birmingham.
It was not an issue a year ago for the Legion, but so far haven't been as clinical here on this Protective Stadium playing surface as they would have preferred. They're going to have plenty of home games coming up here throughout July and into August. As Kavita tried to usher that out of play for a Birmingham goal kick. Instead, he was the last man to touch it, so a 10th Lou City corner is coming. After the way Jaden Hibbert handled the last ball, you might think this ball is going to be served right on top of him as well by Taylor Davila. Cruz having a word with a couple of Lou City subs. He's made just the one change so far. Change he was forced into. Low driven serve. Might have gotten a piece of Alex Crinali's head. It's going to be a Lou City throw on the other side. So Morris will throw this back into play. City trying to keep the pressure on. Winder trying to turn, somehow got through a bunch of traffic, but couldn't keep it corralled. So goal kick here for Hibbert and Legion FC. Fans, if you're looking to grab some of this season's Legion FC merch to wear to the next home match here at Protective Stadium, you can check out all the new gear now at bhmlegion.shop. Again, that's bhmlegion.shop. Make sure you are ready for a busy summer of soccer here at Protective Stadium. Perez couldn't corral that with his chest. Davila, full head of steam, still working. Good challenge there from the youngster Perez. Looked like Dotson might have gotten fouled behind the play. He was, so that's going to be a Birmingham free kick. Morgan, what has Lou City done so well in this second half that has kept Birmingham pinned back?
They've come out and they are getting at them in all the right spots. They've found a way to make adjustments. Instead of getting on the half turn, they're finding ways to get on the outside of them and whip balls in, right? The second goal is a fluke, right? It happens. People make mistakes, but, you know, they are not letting Legion FC out. We talked about earlier them winning the possession.
Morris threats it through. The flag does come up. Gleadle was offside.
And
nice play by Hibbert.
It's a great save from Hibbert to get his confidence back into this game. But you talk about earlier in the game that Louisville City have won possession in the attacking third more than any other team in the league, and they're showing that tonight. They are putting that press on Birmingham, and they have not been able to get out yet.
And as Foster trying to thread it through, good work by Kasim to win it back quickly. Kasim into an open space for Tabor Itaka. Surveys, leaves it for Dotson. Dotson, ball over the top of everybody. Lou City throw here as we approach 70 minutes tonight in Birmingham. The Legion look like they're prepping one more change coming here in the next couple of minutes.
Serrano flicks on the throw. Harris trying to keep it away from Crognale, but couldn't. Derek Dotson, uncontested possession, at least for the moment. Good ball from Crognale. Finds Perez. Patterson didn't like what he saw in front of him. Birmingham still looking for their first real goal-scoring opportunity this second half. Kasim, Pasher, Martinez, back to the feet of Kasim, who couldn't quite squeeze it off. It was emergency defending there from Ordonez.
You can just see how fired up he is about that. That was a good move from Legion FC. Lots of quick passes, quick touches, and Kasim just takes a heavy touch there. I think they might have been unfortunate to get a corner out of this, see if they take advantage of it, but certainly better from Legion FC.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Tyler Pasher ready towards the back post. Lost punches it away with two paws. Winder couldn't quite run it down. It'll be a Birmingham throw.
Yeah, interesting from Legion FC. They had everyone on their team forward, but that's also in response to Louisville City having everyone from their team back to defend that corner. So if Louisville City doesn't leave a player up front, it gives Legion FC the opportunity to make sure you squeeze them and make sure they can't get out easily.
Substitution brought to you by Papa John's for Birmingham. AJ Patterson out. The 16-year-old Ramiz Hamouda is in. Just his fourth appearance here in 2024. Guy that was at youth national team camp a few weeks ago. On the field right now for Birmingham. Lovely first touch there for Perez. Finds Martinez. Martinez tried to play the killer ball. Couldn't quite get it through to Pasher. Good hold-up play there from Gleadle to win possession back for Lou City. Tosh trying to play the switch. Morris chests it down. Lou City able to keep things under control for the moment. 2 second half goals, the difference to this point. Louisville City trying to see out what would be already their 12th win of the year. They would have 12 wins through their first 17 contests as we approach the halfway point.
During that sequence, looking at the field in its entirety, Legion FC was very stretched front to back. Typically, you want to see yourself, 40 yards front to back. They were probably 60 or 70, and there's another giveaway from Legion FC early on.
Harris an opportunity with his left, didn't miss the top corner by a whole lot.
When you're stretched like that to 50 yards, 60 yards front to back, it allows players to get on the half turn and find a lot of extra space and make easier passes, which is what Lou City have been able to do thus far.
Louisville City have had plenty of chances here in this second half. They've had plenty of the ball. They've kept Birmingham from creating a ton of real danger despite pressing for not one but two here in this second stanza. Good intervention there for the youngster Hamouda. Tabor Itaka looking for a little support. Hamouda is there along with Perez. Kobe Hernandez Foster, Perez, edge of the area, couldn't quite keep it. It's cleared down the line by Aiden McFadden. Hibbert's emergency clearance over the top of the ad boards. Fantasy USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. You're going to want to check those out next week because it is going to be a busy month of July. The USL Championship and USL League One across a host of national TV platforms. So Martinez under pressure. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Ordonez can't believe the whistle. Birmingham trying to play quickly. Martinez is going to be sent back to a little bit closer where the contact occurred. Birmingham now going to be forced to take this free kick a third time. That's a little bit better real estate.
I mean, you're within 5 yards. It's in the middle of the field. Like, keep the game going. Like, there's no sense to like bring that back.
Now the offside flag up against Tabor Itaka. It'll be a free kick for Lou City, and it'll also be our second hydration break of the evening.
Very different reactions from the coaches on the sidelines. Danny Cruz would pop right up, clapping, telling his guys to get over there, excited. And Tom Sohn, standing up, hands on his hips. It looks a little frustrated. Looks very frustrated, actually, with his guys thus far in the second half.
It's been a game-changing second half for Danny Cruz and Louisville City. And, of course, this has been a Lou City side that are on track right now to reset some of the records in the USL Championship. They're right there in the mix to contend for that 2019 Phoenix Rising number that is currently the single-season points record. Back in 2019, Phoenix Rising amassed 78 points. That's 2.29 per game. So far, Louisville City is on a 2.2 points per game pace for its first 16 matches. Of course, that'll improve if they get all 3 points once again tonight. And it's now 44 goals scored by Danny Cruz's Lou City club. That is over 2.5 goals per game, which again is not too far away from that Phoenix Rising club that scored 89 goals. That was 2.62 goals per game.
Yeah, and at 2-0 tonight, they're under their average.
It's a Lou City side that has exploded a few different times this year. They scored 5 last time against Birmingham Legion FC, but again, that's one of 4 games Lou City has scored that many in a match. They put a 6 spot on Hartford. They put 5 on Indy 11. They put 5 on Detroit. And then in a rare turnabout last time out, Rhode Island, led by Cano Smith, put a 5 spot on Lou City. But just as they have in each of their previous losses, Lou City always the following game has come back with a win. And right now it looks like they're poised to do that once again tonight. Out of the hydration break, 77th minutes here at Protective Stadium. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you. Lou City trying to see out yet another 3-point performance. Birmingham Legion looking for a little bit of life here late to make these final 13+ minutes interesting. Legion again working on short rest tonight. Lou City had a full week in between matches after a condensed run of games they had over the 10 days prior. Birmingham, meanwhile, was in Detroit Wednesday night, had to grind their way back. 2 late goals to get 3 points against Detroit City on Wednesday, and then working on short rest here on this Saturday against Louisville. First half was even. The second half has belonged to Danny Cruz's side. Sam Glito, Wilson Harris with goals in the second half. Davila will try. Cronali got a big body in front of that. Dodson. Hernandez Foster trying to play it first time, gave it away. Here comes Winder. Hernandez Foster closes him down. Winder still looking for an option. Found one in Morris. Morris couldn't quite get it around Dodson. Asher trying to work around the referee. Couldn't keep it. Birmingham fortunate to get it back. Bermuda's pass is off target.
Again, Legion FC can't get out. They can't beat this pressure that Lou City is putting on them in the second half, and it's been unrelenting.
Morris, edge of the area, dancing, trying to get around Dodson. He was fouled just outside the area. Free kick given.
See Jake Morris, a couple of step overs, and I don't know that. I think Jake Morris kind of sold that a little bit to the referee more than he earned it. Certainly he ran straight in. Dodson has to be able to stand his ground to a certain extent, right? maybe he takes a little look, but I think Jake Moore certainly trying to get into the box and maybe earn himself a penalty there. But he's earned a very, very dangerous free kick for his left foot, and we've got Serrano with a dangerous right foot as well. So danger for Legion FC again.
3-man wall for the Legion. This looks like it might be Serrano. Morris leaves it. Serrano fires in. What a free kick goal from Ray Serrano, and it's the icing on the cake for Louisville City. 3-0 Lou City.
And that is a fantastic free kick from Serrano. Players, when they're in that situation, we can hit an in-swinger into a goalkeeper from that type of angle, right? It almost kind of freezes Hibbert, because if he comes for that ball and he gets beat to it, as the attackers come across, he has to beat him. And Harris almost gets, actually, you know what? Harris gets a touch to that. I think he's going to claim that goal all day. But again, Hibbert can't come for that because it's driven so low, so quickly, that he's kind of in no man's land. And the thing is, if it doesn't get a touch and it's on target, it'll go through into a goal like it just did. I'll be interested to see who they give the goal to. I think it was Harris. Serrano will certainly celebrate and say it was his. Nevertheless, Louisville City up their goals per game average, above 2.6 a little bit now. They have now scored 3, and in 2 matches against Legion FC so far have scored 8.
Goal brought to you by AT&T, the third of the game, the third of this second half for Louisville City. And what a tale of 2 halves this has been. Scoreless through 45 minutes between these two sides, relatively even for the most part. As Tabor Itaka turns the corner, he's on goal, squares it. Tabor Itaka gets it back, puts it in. Flag stays down, the Legion pull one back.
That's a great response from Legion FC. We talked about in the pregame that when Lou City has given up a goal in the games that they lost, now it's still a really steep hill for Legion FC to come back and get points out of this game, but they scored them within 15 minutes. So another goal for Legion FC after the 80th minute, and talked about Wilson Harris not scoring an easy goal. Tabor Itaka will not score an easier goal again this year.
Goal brought to you by AT&T is the second of the year for Preston Tabor Itaka. Birmingham on the board now. It's a 2-goal game again, but here comes Gleedle. He's onside. Hamuda racing back to get in front.
That ball from Tosh at the right back position to cut out pretty much 80%, 90% of Legion FC's players was fantastic, by the way.
Morris couldn't get that serve away. Dotson better to it. Sharpie keeps it alive. Winder on the turn, trying to keep Kavita at bay, and a free kick given. Kavita can't believe it. It was pretty physical there for a couple of moments between those two. Blue City will have another free kick in the attacking third, and they're going to make a couple of changes here. Tola showing me the Englishman is set to come on. So is Jansen Wilson. It'll be Wilson who's announced first. He'll come on for Aiden McFadden. So McFadden's evening is done. And showing me will come on as well here now and replace one of the goal scorers, Wilson Harris. 8th appearance off the bench this year for Showing Me. Jansen Wilson, who has appeared in every Lou City game so far this year, makes his 7th appearance off the bench. Serrano leaves this free kick, and Morris is a little too strong. Birmingham, of course, wasting no time getting it back into play, knowing they've got to get a couple here in the late moments tonight. In the direction of the goal scorer, Tabor Itaka, showing off that pace right on the back of Tosh. Ruda got to head to it. Davila saying it's his throw. It's not. It's Birmingham's. A Moment of magic for Preston Tabor Itaka has given Birmingham a little jolt of energy here late. Serrano. His pass cut out by Hamuda. Good positioning from the youngster. Hernandez Foster. Dodson working his way into the attack. Martinez able to turn. Dodson kept his run going. Caught out by this Lou City back line. Birmingham throw. The Pasher quickly gets back in. Pasher a serve. Took a deflection and cleared away. Birmingham throwing almost everybody forward now. Looking for a second. Pasher trying to split defenders, does so. Well done from Tyler Pasher till the very last. Hernandez Foster keeps it down here. Tabor Itaka. Also able to get through defenders and just missed the frame.
Not sure how he was able to get through 3 defenders, but he found a way. I was thinking he was going to slip in Hamuda there, but decided to take him on, comes through with the ball, has a chance, and doesn't hit the target.
Somehow, some way, split Wilson and Gleedle there, just couldn't keep it down. Lost taking his time before getting this back into play. Goal scorer Serrano. Wide for Morris, top of the area, showing me. His first touches since coming on. Showing me fires and scores! Oh. The dagger off the bench from Tola showing me. 4-1 Lou City.
You could certainly say he's showing us why he's a good center forward coming off the bench. That's a fantastic finish from a number 9. It doesn't matter if you're a starter or a substitute. Gets it out of his feet, finds the bottom corner. I mean, that's a great finish from the big man.
Tola showing me was a standout player in college at New Hampshire. Started his career last year with Pittsburgh Riverhounds, came over to Lou City in the offseason, and now has his second goal of 2024. Goal brought to you by AT&T. The 5th between these two teams, all coming in this second half. And that is likely the dagger. Birmingham Legion were pushing for a second to make it a 1-goal game. Instead, Lou City's 3-goal advantage is restored. We talked about it since the top of the broadcast tonight. Lou City, the most dangerous goal-scoring team in the league, held goalless through the first 45 minutes tonight. That certainly has not been the case in this second half. Tyler Pasher comes on to this one, looking for a shooting lane. Pasher shoots. Loss able to catch it cleanly. It's not like Lou City, of course. They have Wilson Harris, who is one of the best forwards in the USL Championship this year, but they've gotten goal contributions from up and down the roster here in 2024. Tola showing me scores off the bench. That is now 8 goals from Lou City substitutes here this year. Of course, that's a league-leading number.
No surprises that Lou City in a goal-scoring capacity is leading the league.
Looks like the visitors are going to make 2 final changes here in just a moment. As they try to close out what has been an excellent second half. Perez forced loss into a save, and he's able to catch it on the ricochet. That was well hit by the 19-year-old. Loss has made a couple of big-time stops tonight. That's certainly an athletic one. Amadou Dia and Niall McCabe, who have each grabbed shirts for Louisville. Morris, ooh, nutmeg Perez. Here comes Jake Morris. He's been vibrant tonight. His right-footed shot is blocked out for another Lou City corner.
As we make this change, another Louisville City goal-scoring stat. They now have 11 goals in the last 15 minutes of the second half. Guess where that ranks among USL Championship teams this year?
That's probably the top number.
It is. I threw you a softball there.
We'll see if Danny Cruz and Lou City opt to make that change now or if they'll wait till after this corner. Looks like that substitution is getting changed down there, at least who McCabe is coming on for. So we've played our 90, and we're waiting to see an official number of stoppage time. There it is, 6 minutes of stoppage time coming to close out the night. It's brought to you by UAB Medicine. And with a throw coming for Birmingham, Lou City will make those changes now. Jake Morris coming off. Madudia replaces him. And also coming off is Elijah Winder. Niall McCabe will replace. Winder a solid night in midfield. Jake Morris was all over that left flank throughout the night tonight. Danny Cruz, no doubt, pleased with the way both of those guys played here in Birmingham this evening. For Lou City, a couple of hiccups. 2 of the last 3 games out, but they have bounced back in a big way tonight here in Birmingham. Meanwhile, we knew it was going to be a tall task for the Legion tonight, going against the league leaders on short rest. Birmingham will have a chance to take points off another strong Eastern Conference opponent. Coming up next time out on Friday in front of another national television audience, taking on Charleston Battery. They'll get a couple of days to breathe and recoup, reevaluate, hopefully get a little bit healthier. Good ball over the top. Well, got to Tabor Itaka. So we're through 2 minutes out of our minimum of 6. Tabor Itaka's pass cut out by Dia.
Legion FC, on the flip side, when they are away from home, they are tied for the most points away from home. In 9 games, they have 17 points.
We're hoping that away form holds true when they visit Charleston coming up on July 5th. That came at 6:30 Central Time, by the way, on ESPN2 or locally on My 68. Pasher tried to collect that in a crowd. Got around Wilson out wide. Hamuda gets it right back to Pasher. Not a bad serve. Dealt with by Sharpie. Kasim tried to keep it down in the mix. It took a little bit of a bump, but it's over the end line for a Legion corner. Their 5th of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Crowd at the back post here for Pasher, who drives it that direction. Hamuda got a piece. Kernali couldn't keep it down. So a goal kick here for Lou City. More than halfway through our minimum of 6 minutes of stoppage time. Birmingham fans, Legion FC is back here at Protective Stadium again on Saturday, July 13th. As the Legion take on Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC at 6:30 Central Time. The name of that match is Christmas in July. So get ready and get your tickets for that match today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. Of course, if you can't make it to that one, you can watch on My 68 locally here in Alabama or on ESPN Plus across the country. What a strange game this has been. Goalless in the first half, all the goals in the second. Four second-half goals for Lou City, who started the second half with their foot on the gas, and they never really took it off. Martinez for Kasim in a tight space. Hernandez Foster couldn't quite get there in time. Jaden Hibbert flips it over to Pasher, who tracked back for possession. Did Pasher keep it alive? Yes, he did. Jaden Hibbert, a couple of nice stops tonight, but also a moment he would like to have back. When you're playing a team like Louisville City with the goal-scoring prowess that they have shown this year, you can't afford to give them goals. Taka trying to take on the Lou City backline again. Hounded by Wilson. Somehow got across the way. And Ordonez dealt with. Time winding down, about 30 seconds left. Tyler Pasher couldn't quite connect with Enzo Martinez. Here comes goal scorer Sam Gleedle. Forced into action early, found the back of the net to start this second half. This pass just a bit too far out in front of Showing Me. Takes it to the corner and earns Lou City a throw, and that might be the final action we get tonight. Near that corner flag, time winding down. Joshua Encarnacion took a look at his watch. Go over the inline for a goal kick. That might be all tonight. What a second half for Louisville City. 4 second half goals powers them to a league-leading 12th win of the year and a 4-1 victory tonight here in Birmingham.
That's a great response from Danny Cruz and his team after giving up 5 goals last week. Long week of rest, come out, second half, change things up a little bit, really put the pressure on Legion FC. Back 4 goals.
4 goals in the second half. Birmingham added a second half goal as well, but not enough. And the league leaders stay in pole position in the USL Championship. Louisville City 4, Birmingham Legion 1. Our final score tonight here at Protective Stadium. We'll take a timeout and wrap up our coverage when we return right after this.
What's up, everybody? I'm Deontay. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is the flavor it provides. It's seasoned to perfection. It's juicy every time. The pepper jack, it melts on top, and it gives it that little kick. Along with the zest from the chicken, it's memorable when you bite into it. Just thinking about how it's stacked up, that's what I look forward to every time. This Spicy Deluxe is fire.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
And those that see the perfect wave.
Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama. The Vulcan statue overlooking the Magic City. Inspiration for the Birmingham Legion Vulcan kits they played in tonight. Fortunately, Vulcan, the power of Vulcan, not enough. That'll do it for our coverage of the USL Championship here in Birmingham, Alabama this evening. Sam Gleadle, just 6 minutes into the second half, scored the first for Lou City. Wilson Harris tapped home the second. And Ray Serrano and Tola Showenme added a third and a fourth, sandwiched by Preston Tabor Utaka's lone goal for the Legion. That, the story of the night and the story of a very busy second half between two Eastern Conference likely playoff teams here this evening. Lou City completes the 2024 season sweep. Thanks for watching our coverage. For Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.